We have been traveling the rich lands of East Africa, far and wide, across the highlands and lowlands of this beautiful region, talking to farmers wherever we go.
We have given them the help and knowledge they need to improve their farming methods,
increase their income, and turn their farms into good business for the future.
Join us and our experts on this journey across East Africa and share the family's experiences as they make these changes.
Karibu to the Shamba Shape-Up Safari.
Welcome to Shamba Shape-Up. We are in Emuhaya in Vihiga County.
We are about to meet a young couple who are very keen in farming and are thirsty for technical advice. So let's go meet them. Eric and Leonida, how are you?
We are very fine.
Why do you love farming?
Farming has just been like a family business because my father was a teacher by profession, but he liked farming so much. So he indulged us, the whole family, in farming.
What do you grow in your farm?
In our farm, we grow bananas. We have the local market vegetables, especially the indigenous ones, but we just do them in a small scale. And then also, apart from that, we also plant cereals like maize, soya beans, and beans also we plant.
How are your vegetables doing in the garden right now?
We have the last season vegetables, of which we are just using for home consumption.
So, Leonida, what kind of vegetables do you grow?
Skuma, ausuga, amiro, baby.
Those are many. Which one does he enjoy most?
Baby nikichanganya na miro, enjoy.
Ndio mzee.
Do you have any chicken?
Yeah, chicken we have also.
How is the chicken doing?
It's doing well, but just on local maintenance. I want to be, at least grow big.
So that actually it becomes a business that gives you money.
Yeah.
Well, Shamba Shape-Up is here and we have come with experts who will look into that issue so that in future you can turn it into a business.
Exactly.
How does that sound?
It sounds very well.
Naomi, today I'm feeling indigenous, so I'm going to deal with indigenous chickens, kuku kienyeji, and indigenous vegetables.
And while you're being indigenous, I'm going to be combative. I will deal with trigon and I will deal with bacteria wilt.
At least mine are edible. Eric and Leonida have some chickens, but these chickens live with them in the house. We have called in an expert from TechnoServe to advise them on the dangers of sharing living spaces with chickens and show them how to best keep them. Leonida, how many chickens do you have?
32.
32 chickens. Yes. Eric, where do you keep your chickens?
We just share the same house, but they have got their own room.
Is that advisable? Is that good?
No, it's not good because if you look at it, there are diseases which can be passed from the chicken to human beings and the other way around. So the best thing is to have a house outside there where you can keep more birds. Housing, you can use any available material, but the principle is still the same. So the first thing is you get a proper site away from a lot of traffic. Once you've gotten your place, you construct your house in such a way that there's free flow of air within the unit. So you need a house where even you yourself, you will feel very comfortable staying there. You will close off the east and the west side. You close it off completely so that there is no direct sunlight into the house, as well as wind also blows in a similar direction. On the other side, the long side, you'll cover completely 3 feet, and then on top about 4 feet, you will put a wire mesh.
Doc, what are the measurements?
You will talk about 1 square feet per bird, but that one is fully confined. But when they're on a free range, you can do a half of that because the birds will just be coming there to sleep at night and leave.
Let's say we've done the housing and it's complete. What's the next important thing after that?
Ideally, if you're using the big birds, you'll use 1 drinker or 1 feeder for every 30 birds. Yeah, so that you have a uniform growth within that poultry unit.
So Eric, you've got kienyeji chicken mixed.
Mixed up.
So do you have some which are better breed than the others?
Yeah, All of them are resistant, but we have the more resistant ones among the kienyeji ones also.
Ah, good. What would you advise on that, Doc?
They are doing a good job in terms of selection and whatnot. But of importance is that we need to avoid incidences of inbreeding. In an ideal situation, you need to have at least one cock for 8 to 10 hens. That one will ensure that the eggs you are collecting from your birds are fertilized.
So, Doc, what can the farmers do to improve their stock?
If you want more eggs, amongst your flock you can select the birds which give you more eggs. If you want a fast-growing birds, you'll pick, okay, this chicken gives me very fast growth. You must make a distinction that the cock is not related in any way with the hens, so that you don't have inbreeding, because that way you may find the birds are not growing that fast. They'll be dying anyhowly.
Would you like to eat more eggs?
We would like to sell more eggs rather than eating more eggs.
Yes, okay. We are going to build the chicken house, okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Doc. Dr. Lawrence works for TechnoServe's smallholder poultry agribusiness development program called SPADE, which is funded by USAID. With the advice taken, we were ready to build the chicken shed. So, Kariz and his team got busy.
So how was it?
Wow, the farmers have got a lot of technical advice from the expert, and we can't wait to start on the chicken house.
Well, I can't wait to start on the maize. I mean, who knows, we might have chicken and maize for lunch.
That would be wonderful. That would be a great idea.
In Western Kenya and Nyanza, there's a pretty flower that's giving farmers a lot of problems. Eric and Leonida have not been spared by this Striga or Kayongo flower. To give them advice on how to fight it is Charles Odiero. So, Charles, you brought me some flowers?
Not really. This is a striga weed. This is a parasitic weed that reduces the yields of the farmers, especially in Western Kenya, up to 100% loss, and it's very dangerous. And these striga seeds can stay in the soil for more than 20 years.
20 years?
Yes.
How do they destroy exactly?
This plant does not make its own food. It relies on the crop that I counted to supply nutrients and water. So it attaches itself to the roots of those crops and sucks all the nutrients, leaving that damage to the farmer.
Eric, in your farm, how do you fight the striga?
I've been fighting it through use of the organic manure.
So, Eric, how successful is it fighting it with the manure?
I can't say it's very much successful.
So it's still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, Eric is right, because what farmyard manure does, it makes the crop healthy. It's like you're improving your soil. So the crop will grow very fast, and the farmer will be able to realize some improvement in the yields. But farmyard per se does not control striga. It only makes the soil fertile.
How does one farmer control the striga weed?
There are several ways of controlling striga. The simple one that the farmers do, one, like crop rotation. Crop rotation helps in the seeds will not be able to attach themselves to particular crops. Another one is weeding regularly, that the weed regularly to keep the field free from weeds, especially striga. See, this one has already flowered. This one will form into a capsule, and one capsule like this one has 5,000 seeds.
5,000 seeds?
5,000 seeds. And then we have chemicals also, like Kayongo tox, but due to the prices, they're not able to afford such chemicals. So,
Charles, you have a different technology you're showing us on controlling the striga. Yeah? Could you tell us about it?
Yes. This is 303, Western 303. It kills striga. 303 seed has two components. One is that herbicide, and two is the seed itself. When the seed will be germinating, one, the surrounding soil will have the chemical. The second one is that the maize will pick the chemical and will be like it is immune now, such that striga cannot attach itself. The few that will do that will die off. That radius where the chemical is, also the striga there will be killed in that soil. The herbicide will only last for like 8 weeks. After 8 weeks, there will be some striga coming out. But by then, the crop shall be...
It already have taken its medicine, so
actually,
now it is immune.
Yes.
The striga.
Yes.
Terry talked of the crop rotation, and at the same time you've been saying that the striga seed can be in the farm or in the soil for over 20 years.
Yes. None of these technologies is perfect, but he's using farmyard manure. What of if now he puts 303, he adds intercropping? You see, you will be reducing striga in one way or the other, because I know by the end of the day, you'll also uproot, you'll also weed. So it is integrated, not one approach.
This new variety for the striga control, how is it planted?
It is like any other maize. You use your spacing of 75 by 30 and plant 2 seeds per hole. And then, after planting, you also have to wash your hands very well so that you don't touch those other seeds. You'll have to handle this one as others handle other varieties.
With that amazing information, Charles showed us how to plant the IR maize. The IR maize is planted just like any other maize. After land preparation, make rows 75 centimeters apart and holes 30 centimeters apart on each row. Put in a bottle cup full or 10 grams of DAP, a handful of manure, cover with a bit of soil, then plant the seeds. It is important that you wash your hands thoroughly after handling IR maize. Do not handle other seeds before washing your hands. Total war. I mean, beautiful flower, very, very dangerous. I mean, just different tactics to kill this just one enemy. You know, it's just chaos, bad, horrible.
Okay, Naomi, take it easy, take it easy. The chicken shed is coming up very well, and very soon the chickens are going to go into their new home. But that after the break.
Welcome back to Shamba Shape Up. Tony,
Yes, Naomi.
what are we doing?
Fighting striga, combating bacterial wilt, and also taking the chickens to their new homes.
Okay, go to work. Now! Indigenous vegetables are a very good source of nutrition for the family. Leonida has been planting them for family use, but she'd like to sell them as well. Is she planting them correctly? To answer that, we brought in Asambu to advise us and shape up her vegetable patch.
Nasambu, I'm sure you've walked around the vegetable plot. Now tell us, what have you observed?
My observation is that the vegetable plots are poorly managed. I have seen a mixture of crop. I have seen some black nightshade, the cowpea, and also we have jute mallow and we have amaranthus mixed up in the kales. There has been no pest and disease control. They can only harvest about a quarter of the potential when they would have harvested more than 6 to 10 kilos per week.
Now, Leonida and Eric, you decided you're going to heap everything in one plot. Is that advisable?
It is only advisable if you have planted according to the recommendation. For example, you can have one row of kales and the next row of cowpea or even amaranthus.
Now, let's go to the importance of indigenous vegetables. Why are they important?
They have been used by our forefathers for centuries. And most of the elder people that have lived longer, even up to 100 years, when you ask them, they have been consuming the African indigenous vegetable.
So what's the difference between sukuma wikis and spinach compared to indigenous vegetables?
The African indigenous vegetables have more than 10 times the nutrient compared to the kales. We have amaranthus. When you look at the protein, it's more than the cabbage or kales. When you look at calcium, it's very high. Then iron is 10 compared to only 4. But beta-carotene is very high, and vitamin C, which is also very important for the body, it is 137.8 compared to only 1.
Now, let's go to cooking. Do you cook the same way?
No, the traditional vegetables are cooked differently from the kales. The best way of preparing them is you wash them nicely with clean water. You wash twice, then the third is you rinse. And having rinsed the vegetables, use the same water to steam for about 5 to 15 minutes. Once you've done that, you can use cream from milk. That will be very good. You can cook separately or you mix, and that will be very good for the children.
I like that.
And these vegetables are mainly good to boost the body immunity, especially for the children under 5 years, for the elderly and the vulnerable, especially some that may be suffering from HIV/AIDS. Yes.
Now, how is the disease control and the management, also the fertilizers and manure, all that?
Once you have planted your crop, then you make sure that they should not have any weeds. They grow very fast and they compete for the nutrients. So make sure you don't leave any weeds in your plot. Secondly, you control the pests and the diseases. Ensure that your plot is clean. When it's clean, it will rarely be attacked by the pests and the diseases. But if you notice any pests and diseases, then use the recommended pesticides.
Thank you very much, Nasabu. I'm sure right now you're going to teach us how to plant, aren't you?
Yes, I am ready to
You
teach
can't
you.
just leave us like that.
No,
With the seeds and then you go away.
no.
Okay, let's start planting.
Thank you.
When planting the indigenous local vegetables, prepare beds 1 meter in width and the length according to the amounts of seeds you want to plant. Leave a path of 50 centimeters between the beds. Make sure the beds are raised, using the soil around them to make ridges. Put in well-decomposed manure at a rate of 1 kilogram per meter square. Make shallow lines 20 centimeters apart and about 3 centimeters deep. On a sack or plastic bag, mix the seeds with sand at a ratio of 1 part seed to 10 parts sand. 1 packet of 25 grams of seeds is enough for a plot of 10 by 10 meters. Sprinkle the mixture lightly on the furrows. Water slightly. Then mulch lightly with dried grass or leaves. After 1 week, remove the mulch and make a raised mulch cover 1 meter high. Did you know that indigenous vegetables are very, very nutritious?
Really? Do you know how to cook them now?
Yes, you can steam them, you can maybe put in milk, tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Wow. The farmers are keen on planting tomatoes, but they had had a challenge with disease and had given up on it. To revive their interest and show them a new method is an expert from Syngenta. Mr. Gutu, I'm a bit confused. Now, I see a spade, I see soil, that must be cement.
Yeah.
What are we building?
We are not building anything here. When I visited the farmer told me that the only problem he has in his field is bacterial wilt. When he grows tomatoes, they die. You know, tomato is a high-value crop, and we want farmers to grow them to earn some income and eat some. We are going to sterilize our soil using hot water. You mix 3 spades of the soil and 1 spade of manure. And then you place them in bags where we are going to plant our tomatoes. You can buy these tubes from the shops, or you can use used paper bags, used cement bags, or any other waste paper that you can get.
Move the bags to where you plan to grow the plants. Arrange the bags such that from the middle of one bag to the other is 45 centimeters. Make a hole in the middle of each pot.
You now pour in hot water, 4 to 5 liters per bag. you make sure it is saturated to be able to kill all the bacteria. That is the simplest method farmers can use to get rid of bacteria and grow and produce tomatoes.
Wait for 24 hours so the bags are completely cooled.
We are going to plant Kilele F1, which is the variety suitable for this method. This method, Naomi, is suitable for those farmers who have greenhouse and those who can do it outdoor. For those farmers who are living in towns, in plots, or with limited space of land.
So Ogutu,
Yeah.
I think maybe we should plant, show us how it's planted,
Yeah.
then we can talk about the management.
Yes, I'm going to show you right away.
Plant 1 seedling per bag. So how do we manage the seedlings?
After they have picked up well, growing, we put phosphatic fertilizer to enhance root formation. After that, we will be applying a nitrogenous fertilizer, that is CAN, every after 4 weeks. You also have to control pests and diseases. So to control pests, we are going to use Actara. To control diseases, we are going to use Ridomil.
After planting, use Actara to control pests and Ridomil to control disease by mixing the packs in 20 liters of water and pouring in the pots.
So Naomi, how is it going?
Striga dying, bacteria wilt dead. What about you?
My chickens are okay, very much alive. I need to introduce a family to daylight.
Okay, see you later.
Eric, do you read?
I read.
I can see you don't have electricity.
I use Kirkan lamps, and these are the small one, Koroboi. Sometimes they affect the eyes. So if you are a fan of reading, you can't read much.
Now, I have a surprise for you. This is a daylight lamp. And it's got a switch here, which you switch on. There are 4 levels actually. That's the level 1, level 2, level 3, and then the brightest.
Okay.
Right? It uses what?
Solar.
Solar power. So you've got a solar panel here. This you attach right here. There's a small outlet here. Attach it there. And then you keep this panel out in the sun for as long as you want to make sure your daylight is fully charged. When your phone is out of charge, what do you do with it? Where do you take it?
Normally take it to the nearest, around the upper side there we have electricity. They charge 10 shillings per charging.
Okay, we have this gadget here, which you will attach to your daylight lamp once it's fully charged. Then give me your phone. Let's see whether it's working. Let's see. Is it charging?
It's charging.
Yeah, so that's it.
Very good idea.
You see, I'm here to help you.
Very much.
So take it.
Thank you.
It's all yours.
Thank you.
Take it.
Well, Leonida and Eric, we are very, very happy to be on your Shamba. We've done a lot of work.
Yes, I'm happy.
And how about you, Eric?
Very happy. I've learned a lot on the improved breed of poultry. And then also I've learned on tomatoes, striga weed control, indigenous vegetables. I've seen something on the daylight lamp.
So Eric, where do you see yourself in the next 3 years from now?
I'm seeing myself growing very huge or big in terms of financial. I want to do the really farming business now.
I hope you'll call one of the experts.
Exactly.
It's been yet another great show
Here on Shamba Shape Up is online. To learn more about today's topics or to watch any of our previous episodes, visit shambashapeup.com, select the episode and click play. You could also visit our Facebook page, Shamba Shape Up, to get more information, get involved in discussions, and also get a chance to enter some of our great competition to win great prizes. You can also find us on Twitter at Shamba Shape Up, or simply text 30606.